Frederick, Maryland is well known for its historic features and sites. The historic town was founded in 1745, and historical artifacts can be found around the city. One such artifact representing the city's culture and community values now lives in City Hall, the Shawbaker flag. In 2021, the flag was refurbished and reinstalled in City Hall. The refurbishment was coordinated by the City of Frederick's Public Art Commission, a city commission that supports public art to inspire creativity, conversation, and add to the overall aesthetic of the community.
This is a flag that has been owned by the city for many, many years, and the Public Art Commission took it upon ourselves to have this put in for conservation. So the conservator that we used her name is Julia Brennan. Her company is Caring for Textile. She is an expert in repairing historic fabrics. We wanted to have the holes of the flag repaired and but not make it look like it was completely brand new. We wanted to be able to still see the holes so that we could show what this flag life has been through.
The Shawbaker flag was made by Matilda Kiefer Shawbaker, an immigrant from Germany in 1830. On Christmas Eve, 1844, she married George Shawbaker, an American soldier who helped in defense of Baltimore during the War of 1812. His father arrived in Frederick from his native Germany when he was taken prisoner during the Revolutionary War and held captive at the Hessian barracks. Both Matilda and George would later become caretakers of the Hessian barracks, which hosted the Frederick County Cattle Show and Agricultural Exhibition. That exhibition is known today as the Great Frederick Fair.
In 1853, we had our first agricultural exhibition, and that kind of links again to Frederick's tradition, our agricultural tradition, because it gave an opportunity for our farmers to show off their crops, their wares, their animals, as they still do today. And it gave craftspeople, a lot of those early craftspeople, German craftspeople that came to Frederick, it gave them an opportunity to show off their handiworks. But one of the interesting connections with Matilda Shawbaker and this flag is that it was actually the fair board, this early fair board of the Frederick Agricultural Society, that actually went to Matilda, who was a known seamstress here in town, and asked her to make them a flag.
Matilda then made her own flag using the remnants from the material she received as payment. The stripes on the flag were made of wool bunting, a lightweight wool fabric. Native dyed cotton was used for the blue. As for the stars, they were painted with oil-based paint. When the Confederate Army took over Frederick in 1862 and returned in 1864, Matilda twice hid her flag, first in the ashes of her 10-plate stove, and later in her garden plot, in which soldiers seemingly walked over the top of.
The owner of the flag is buried in Mount Olivet Cemetery. Her name was Matilda Shawbaker. Her family were Unionists, and when the Confederates came through Frederick, she was forced to put her flag in hiding. So some of the damage that you see on the flag is from it being buried in the ground in her garden. It's from being hidden in her stove, different things like that, in order to protect her flag so that the Confederates didn't burn it. And then it was passed down from generation to generation until one of her family members found it, I believe, in their attic and donated it to the city.
Matilda Shawbaker's great-grandson, William E. Maine, donated the flag to the city of Frederick during the 1980s. With the recent refurbishment work of the flag, the Shawbaker flag demonstrates a bond between Frederick's early beginnings and the present day. The flag has survived the Civil War, including being hidden in its maker's ashes, resurrected by her family, and restored by the city of Frederick for future generations to admire.
That Shawbaker flag is a representation of its maker, of Matilda, you know, as a seamstress, putting that together when she did back in the 1850s. And again, it's a representation of her that marches on and lives on. And again, as I've said multiple times, it's that connection to Frederick, patriotism, the flag, the past melting pot, and what really makes Frederick so unique and special compared to any other place in the state of Maryland.